Hey guys, and welcome to a rather different video this time around. Let's start from the beginning. In September 2024, I came back from work exhausted. I lay in my bed. I was feeling hopeless at that moment. I really didn't know what to do with my life. And then, as if electrocuted, a completely random idea dawned on me. And it was like, why wouldn't I actually write a book? And I at that moment, I rushed my desk and thought of the most bizarre and outrageous idea or concept that came to mind at that moment, and from that point onward I was slowly developing a story around that concept. And after a year or so of hard and painstaking work, of literally giving it my all, blood, sweat and tears, I was so absorbed by the characters and by the world that I was engineering. I even thought that I was losing my mind because of how immersed I was. And finally I published a novel, my debut novel, called, as you can see, Cobweb, and it's published under my real name, Konstantin Jekic. Now, as for the genre of the book, it would mainly classify as sci-fi slash dystopian. It would also count as a psychological thriller. It has post-apocalyptic elements, and also on top of all that, it tackles substance abuse. So that's one of the main topics of the book. And in short, the book is very intense and dark. Now, as for the premise of the novel, the premise is as follows. So the story takes place in 1999 in a fictional town of Elimium, located in the state called Sinville. The town of Elimium is the host to the core for Sinville's territory. Now, as for the cores themselves, they are planted throughout the whole world, so there are many cores. The function of the core is that it's the endless source of the drug called Cobweb. Why Cobweb? Because it resembles cobwebs or spiderwebs. The core feeds on groundwater and through various chemical reactions produces cobweb that way. Since the core siphons groundwater, the world lacks vegetation and is deprived of almost all plant life. Everything is literally lifeless, pale and barren. So, and most of the population are Websters. Websters are addicts of cobweb, the ones that overdo cobweb, to be precise. I won't give you any more details, I don't want to spoil anything. So the narrative focuses on the main protagonist named Jay. Having endured beyond imaginable horrors in the past, Jay struggles in this core-ravaged world filled with injustice, violence, and abomination. So the story is essentially about how dark and evil the world we live in truly is. And now, as the title says, my parents were literally shocked and heartbroken. They cried so much, bawled their eyes out. They even thought that I was insane. But they also loved the book. I mean, that my father reads a lot, and he's very strict and critical when it comes to those things, and he praised me a lot. Even my sister, who doesn't read, praised me, and my girlfriend and many of my friends. And but if I truly am insane, if you guys do decide to read the book, you can be the judge of that, you know. And also I want to mention that no AI was used, because since a young age I had a very rich imagination, and since I'm from Serbia, I hired professional translators, native speakers, also editors and formatters and stuff. So that's actually it. I will leave the link in the description and in the comment section. It's available on Amazon, my book, and it has less than 200 pages. So if you guys are interested, please check it out. It would really mean the world to me. And also, one last thing, I was heavily influenced by and inspired by the works such as The Walking Dead, The Last of Us, and also an author named Philip K. Dick, who is most famously known for the work Blade Runner. So yeah, if you like those things, you should maybe check this out, and please let me know your feedback. Let me know what you think. It will really mean the world to me. And thank you guys again for bearing with me, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.